Hello and welcome back to the podcast. This is Michael Sylvia, and this is the Archangel Morning Star podcast. And I am your host, Michael Sylvia, your Archangel or Morning Star. And I chose that because like when I feel like the good guy, I feel like that Archangel. I want to help people, defend the innocent, things like that. And then when I think of evil people or pieces of shit on this planet, then I think of like myself as the morning star, the devil, to where you destroy all those that are evil and do fucked up things to people, so that's how I correlate those two positives and negatives together as one. Michael Sylvia Morning Star. Yay. And I was born on Halloween, so I consider myself the devil. It's all good. I know I am. So, I have some pot, and I wanted to talk to you about current situations in the world, right? Current situations where, let's see, gas prices are going up, food prices are going up, there's war, right? We pulled out of Afghanistan. And now we're in a new type of Afghanistan situation, and it's called the Ukraine. And like the numbers there don't work either, right? Because I guess President Putin sent 175,000 people to the border, soldiers, and we sent 8,500. So doesn't seem like we're gonna be really doing much over there, if you ask me, because it sucks to think that there's going to be another proxy war, right? I mean, that's what happened in Afghanistan when it first started out, where Russia went in there and invaded, and then we backed the people that were living there, and on it went until 20 years later. Well, longer than that, right? We're talking about the 80s too. But anyways, long story short, Afghanistan was a proxy war, and then now it looks like Ukraine may turn into that too. And it's strange and sorry because President Biden's son was over there, and there was issues about the Ukraine to begin with, so we don't know the whole story, I'm sure. It's really sad that, this guy's only been president for 2 years, and like he's spending like there's no tomorrow. It's I don't know. I don't like to get into politics, but I'm just saying, like, when you're spending more on gas and more on food and the shortages and everything, and now there's more war because the other guy in the world doesn't take this guy seriously. I mean, think about it. Let's be honest about it. And I'm American. I'm all American, so don't get that twisted. But let's face the facts here, right? Somehow Biden became president, right? The guy that's sniffing girls' hair and calling the other black kids and the cockroaches, and the guy's just kind of a little weird, and his son had some problems with his laptop, I guess, right? So I know about all that shit. So how he became president, I guess we became more liberal than liberal, right? The liberals became so liberalized that anything goes, I guess, and that's too bad. Because the other guy, Putin, who doesn't do that shit, sees the difference. Straight up, like, cause you're comparing two different types of evil, so it's just what it is, shit, no offense, but I'm sure if Trump was president, we wouldn't be having that issue right now, because that dude would be like, fuck it, let's go drop a bomb, you know what I mean? Like, no one wants to fuck around with that, but he's not any president right now, so it's just strange how that is. And besides that, I just thought that was crazy, you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine having a checking account the same way our government has a banking account on this is what we put our taxes into, right? That big number that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger because the government's ching-ching, more money, ching-ching, they're taking more. And they can take as much as they want because it's just going in the negative, and we're going to pay it all back. And by the way, as that's happening, Bozo, or whoever the guy is that owns Amazon, went to outer space, didn't pay any fucking taxes, And everybody else enjoyed that while they're working for them and paying the taxes for them, and the wage that everyone's working for overall isn't even livable. So you're forced to depend on somebody else, and it turns into a whole intellectual slavery thing that they have set up for everybody, because it's fake capitalism, if you ask me at this point. You know, nobody really owns anything anymore. And if they do, good luck keeping it. It's fucking crazy out here, huh? Financially, America got sold out probably a long time ago, but I'm not going to go into that anymore. So let's stay positive, because we still have our health. And what else is there to talk about? How about this from 420? Check this out. Calm it down. So when I was in federal prison, I used to get in trouble for antagonizing child molesters, pedophiles in there. Because I went to federal prison in 2022 when I was 22 years old, February. And then I got sentenced to 7.5 years. I went in there for I had a possession with intent to distribute with a weapon. I had a loaded 22. I had a 22 gun, a revolver, and I had 8 ounces of powder cocaine, and I had 6 ounces of weed, and marijuana was illegal at the time. So, needless to say, I got pulled over in a car with another girl. I took the heat. The cop knew the stuff was mine anyways. The girl got let go, you know, because I met other guys that they want the girl to keep it and take the time for them and all that shit, and I didn't do that. So that's how I roll. And then, like, while I was in Elkton, Ohio prison, right? Oh, by the way, Elkton, Ohio, I mean, no one's there's gonna listen to this, but I'm so happy that Cincinnati lost that fucking Super Bowl. I'm so fucking happy about that, because Ohio did shit for me. You know, in Ohio prison, you're not even allowed to work out. Imagine that shit. I'm doing 7.5 fucking years, and I'm not allowed to do a push-up. Fuck you. You know, I did push-ups all the fucking time, because it's like we gotta be real about the world, right? Real. Come on, man. Do all that fucking time and no working out? Psh, give me a fucking break. Why? Because all the other CEOs were fucking fat motherfuckers, big fat fucking guts. No disrespect to the CEOs over there, because actually some of them were good. Other guys, they fit the bill of fucking assholes. And there was inmates over there that were assholes, and there were other inmates in there that were cool. But nonetheless, I'm getting to the point, and it kind of wraps up into Biden in this situation, in my opinion, that when I was in federal prison, right, when I was in Elkton, Ohio, there were a lot of INS inmates in there with me. And those INS guys is what they call, these are inmates that came in from other countries, like they're not from here. So I was housed in with guys like that from Colombia, Dominican Republic, Germany, all different types of countries, right? And that was educational, very educational, because I got to meet a lot of different people, different perspectives and whatnot. And then what happened somewhere around, hold on, I'm gonna hold on to the story. Hold on. So I'm in there with the INS guys, right? Hold on one sec. So I'm in there with the INS guys, and they start changing everything around to where, like, the INS guys, prisoners, are now going to INS facilities that's only for them. Meanwhile, their slots are being filled in with child molesters, like, because of the internet. It's a federal prison, so the internet gets in a lot of these pedophiles. So once I realized that's what was around me, I wasn't very happy. It's needless to say, and plus I'm in my early 20s. You know, I have close family members, right? My mother, my ex-wife, friends, close friends. You don't understand. Ex-girlfriends. And I can go on. All been abused sexually somehow by some pervert motherfucker that doesn't even pass for human. And that's pretty much it. So that's where I stand. So I'm like, so everyone's walking around saying we all have rights and we're all human beings. Not so fucking fast. I don't think so. I think your behavior determines all that. So if you're running around touching little kids and sniffing on them and shit, all that crap, like what happened to my mom and all these other people, that's really bad. And that kind of mindset, I can't wrap my mind around. So then therefore I feel like an Adolf Hitler at that point, where I say, listen, fuck the Jews. I'm not into all that shit. I'm into killing pedophiles. See, that's the real final solution. Maybe you can call me crazy right now, but I promise you it's a real deal. The final solution of child molesters, where instead of putting them away and anyways, let me finish my story in Elkton, Ohio. So they put them all in Elkton, Ohio. One guy, he's looking at my pictures of my niece and nephew and stuff like that. So I allegedly did something to him, and then he told on me, and then we're both in the hole. You know, I'm in the hole for 2.5 months. He's in the hole. And I'm just sitting in there. I do my whole time working out in there, eat my meals, yelling out the pedophile in the hallway. Fuck you, motherfucker. Sweet dreams, pedophile. You know, especially when it's nighttime, when they let the lights out and they're in their fucking cell and they can hear me. Sweet dreams, pedophile. And when they catch you when they hand you that fucking razor, you should go do the right thing. You know? Because like there's a lot of people that are like I've met, even just friends' sake, that like because of things like that happened to them as children, they became like alcoholics, drug addicts, behavior that never would have happened had that not happened. And good psychologists, even with a half a brain, already knows all this shit's true. So using that as a biological mathematical equation, what I'm saying is you eliminate it. You don't send it in there for 10 years. You don't give it 5 years. You don't give it 20. You put it in there forever. Because you would have to deem it as a medical condition, right? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. By the way, the medical health in Elkton, Ohio, don't look for it because they didn't even provide it. I saw a psychologist there one time because I was feeling depressed, and I was trying to talk to her, and she yawned in front of me. All right, and that was my only visit with her. Yeah, fuck that prison, and fuck Cincinnati, Ohio, and fuck them. And I'm glad that they got all the way up to the Super Bowl just to fucking lose, because that orange fucking helmet reminds me of nothing more than a goddamn jumpsuit from the shoe. Fuck that shit. Because you don't know what that shit creates when you put someone in the shoe over and over and over and over again, and somehow that makes sense in the world of Elkton, Ohio. I guess in other prisons they do it too. We already know that shit. They lie on paper and they do what the fuck they do in the real deal. So anyways, they fill the place up with child molesters. I picked on them every now and then, probably, right? I mean, why wouldn't I? I mean, what do I have to lose? I don't have any, I mean, I have family, but I don't have kids. I'm not married. I don't have any bills. I have nothing. I feel like a goddamn invincible Superman where I can do what the fuck I want. If I want to fucking pick on a pedophile, I will. Because they're lucky to be alive. Amazed that they're living for any type of reason. So what I'm trying to say is that, like, it gets me thinking, like, there's 7.9 billion people on the planet, and something's got to give. Something's got to give. Can't be the kids, Can't be the civilians. Can't be the rich. It's gotta be, I tell you what, I bet if you eliminated that problem, if you eliminate that fucking problem alone, child molesters, by killing them or putting them in prison for life where they never leave, and while they're in there, if that's what they get, I would then suggest that we could make it legal to where they end up becoming medical experiments where we can figure out cures for cancer, cures for AIDS, brain disorders. Can you cure that thing that's wrong with them? Maybe. I don't fucking know. Like, scientists can come up with all kinds of ideas of what they need those bodies for. And I'm not even fucking around either. I'm dead serious. I'm 42 years old. I've been around the block. And you know something else? What else am I gonna say about this shit? Yeah. Biden reminds me of a goddamn child molester. And let me just tell you one more fucking thing that makes me laugh, right? I got transferred. Real quick, okay, so, yeah, anyways, I'll tell you the other story. Anyways, long story short, I got transferred to Minnesota prison, federal prison in Minnesota. Now, this place has got more child molesters than the last place, right? This is what I'm told. I don't know who's who, really. This is what I'm told while I'm there. And then some of them, you know who they are. You can tell. And then, there was a guy there. His name was Jeff Skilling, right? And Jeff Skilling, what he did is that he ran Enron, right? Enron was a company that stockholders or whatever the fuck in California, and it bankrupted the whole state because half their shit was fake. Like, they didn't have real stocks, and they were robbing the place, and good people lost their money and got fucked over. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger became governor over that, Governor Schwarzenegger. So a lot of ripple effects happen over that one man in his circle, right? In Enron. But like when I heard who he was, I thought to myself, like, wow, like other people that I've met that are of name, that of character, that have knowledge, like maybe I should go not hang out with them, but go, talk to him and see if there's any kind of wealth of knowledge to gain, and so I've seen him walking the track, and then I realized the two guys he was walking the track with were child molesters, pedophiles. So and he always hung out with the same dudes all the time. And then I just thought to myself, well, if that's what you hang out with, dude, then no wonder there's Jeff Epstein Islands once upon a time. Now that motherfucker's dead, thank God. But I'm just saying, like, I wasn't surprised that those rich ass motherfuckers be doing some stupid fucking shit. I hate it. But I should say, like, it doesn't matter, like, how much money you have, how much power you had or have, wherever you are in the loop. If you're doing any of that shit, you follow me? I wish. If I am the devil, I say I wish a shadow government just kills off every fucking pedophile that there is. One by one. Give them heart attacks. They choke on their fucking food. They got cancer. Got in a car accident. Bolt of lightning hit him in the fucking head 3 days in a row until it finally killed him. But I can dream, can't I? But it's more than a dream. I wish it upon to become a reality. Because while we're thinking about electric cars and going into fucking Mars and fucking using plastic instead of paper, what about some real fucking issues? I was married to my ex-wife for 7 years, and I never fucking hit her. You know why? 'Cause I fucking love her. Real men don't hit women. Got me, motherfuckers. And I don't mean that to anybody that's a friend of mine. I'm saying to anyone that's ever watched this has done it, you motherfucker is a piece of shit. For real. You know what I'm saying? So I can talk the fucking talk. And I'm venting right now anyways because I got my own fucking struggles, which aren't really that bad. I got good health. I got what I got, you know. Got a job. You know, we're living in a good country no matter what, because don't get me wrong, this country's fucking great. A lot more opportunities here than a lot of other countries, because I was in other countries before I went to prison. But that's another story. Oh yeah, but right back to Jeff Skilling, hanging out with child molesters, not cool. Then I hear about all the millionaires, Bill Gates, hanging out with fucking Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates hanging out with fucking, you know, the vaccine guy. He was hanging out with fucking Epstein, and then he said he didn't, but he really did. Then he came out afterward that he did because pictures came out and now he couldn't lie about it no more. Remember that shit? That really happened. Nobody's paying attention because of Corona, and that's okay. One thing at a time to be all upset about, right? That's how I feel about it. So it's like the news has everyone spinning and spinning and spinning, and then you find yourself in a loop, and you break yourself out of it. You know, trust me, I definitely do it myself. You know, somehow, some way, you just gotta break out of, you know, the robot. You know, I don't want to be a robot. You feel me? MS, Michael Sylvia, Morningstar loves that MS, Matt Stafford, kicked Ohio's ass. And I love the Rams. Go Rams. And the GOAT, Tom Brady, last year too, right? Another GOAT. So we got two GOATs in a row. I like that shit. Means something to me. And that's how I take my reality, you know what I mean? You gotta live your reality in this life, because when your brain puts things together, you know what's going on. But what else is there to talk about besides the negative on that part? You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, when these politics get together, these politicians, when they all get together and they start talking, I ain't listening. It doesn't really matter. It's all WWF. It's all WWF. And then here's something interesting, just to go on a whim here. Okay, I gotta throw aliens in there, right? Because we gotta make it fun. Aliens are always fun, I think. I love aliens. All right, so check it out. So what happened is guy mentioned Lenin, right? I already thought about Stalin and Putin, but like Lenin, right? Stalin, Putin, in, right? Install, Stalin, Putin, input, inland. You follow me? So it's like, could be code, who knows, huh? I mean, look at like Washington with the on, and Clinton on, Al Gore, algorithm. Algorithm. I like that one, huh? Yeah. I mean, shit, like, it's interesting to think that aliens did spawn Egypt, enslaved humanity, built pyramids for many reasons, and then pyramids were also built around the world, but not so precise as the ones in Egypt, of course. But then again, you can't discount the two pyramids. No, there's a lot of pyramids in South America and Central America, but how about the pyramid? These are my favorite ones of Central America. The Pyramid of the Moon and the Pyramid of the Sun. the pyramid of the moon and the pyramid of the sun. And they're huge, and they're across from each other, and there's other pyramid-like temples lined up going to each one, and the whole thing goes 8 miles by 8 miles. And I love that, and I also love the fact that that there's another pyramid right next to that one called the Pyramid of the Feathered Serpent, because there's snake heads on it with feathers all over it. And I also find it fascinating that a lot of the temples and all the Aztecs, the Incas, the Mayas, 96% of the Native Americans, all of their gods were lizard gods. Right? They all were into snakes and stuff like that, kind of like in the Bible. And then that they all pretty much called this country Americu, and which translates in native to the land of the plum serpent, which is pretty cool. You gotta admit, the land of the plum serpent is what this place had been called for a long time. And then the thing is that the energy of this country is its own, and that the name holds a vibration of many different cultures. So you have Americu, which is land of the plum serpent, and then you have America, when you just spell it the way it is in English, and in the middle of that you can see the name Eric. You see the name Eric in America. So Eric, Eric from America. Eric, like Eric the Red. Remember Eric the Red, the Viking that came over to America? So that would be that representation from the vibrations of that word from America. Eric the Red. And then the flag being red, white, and blue, red hair, white skin, and blue eyes for Eric the Red. And then you pull back and you say that's also red, white, and blue for blood, sweat, and tears for everybody, which is also true. And then you have America, which was also from an Italian man as well, right? So America, its name, vibration, the growth of humanity from her spawn of Mother Nature, and then the evolution of coming here to making us into where we are and what we are today. All of those things had to happen, and it happened for us to have what we have now, which makes me thankful. America, many meanings. And don't you also think it's also awesome that the pyramids of Giza are aligned with Orion's belt in Orion? And just above there is the dog star, right? And then the dog star is important because remember that all the way deep down in the underworld, as they believed in, is the jackal, which is a dog. No matter how you look it up, Wikipedia will tell you, dictionary will tell you that the underworld is ruled by a dog, right? And then he weighs the heart. It's like, have you been good? You've been bad? Did you really do those things? Reads through all the bullshit. Going to heaven, going to hell, whatever you're going to. Those are beliefs of the Egyptians. And then they had many gods, right? They had Osiris, who was green, had an elongated head, representation of a lizard with that big beard. And then we also know that the pyramids are more than likely much older than what they've been saying that they are, which I have to say it's gotta, that's what we're really looking at, because they're only giving us information from like the 1930s, you know what I mean? So the new information we don't get to hear, I don't think. So it's a fact. I mean, that really happens, right? I mean, withholding information. So, yeah, Matt Stafford Rams, Michael Sylvia, Rhode Island. I like it. Meant to be shit. And it's, let's see. Yeah. Definitely love this country. And it's always a better place when everybody's nice to each other. And I believe in that. I believe in that. Saying thank you and please and you're welcome. Just giving people your best. I try my best. Sometimes I get grouchy though. I'll be honest. Sometimes I feel grouchy. I don't want to be. But I think everybody goes through that. You know? So, no biggie. Please forgive me. Love you. And back to the pyramids. Yeah, so yeah, aliens, star alignments, humans being made through science. I mean, think about it. In the Bible, in English, you know, Europeans being descendants of aliens, theoretically. Check this out. You look at the word Genesis, and if you split the IS off on the end and bring it to the front, you have the word is genes from Genesis. Now think about that. Genes, like genetics. And then in Genesis, let's get right to the good part, where Adam is laid down on a slab. He's put in a deep sleep. God takes from his rib and produces from that DNA a woman. So, you know, that's science. The scientists are the Satanists because they have to do all the dirty work. I mean, they have to. You think about it. No matter what a scientist does, you got to make a bunch of fucking mistakes before you even get it right. So, oops. Dang. That's crazy. You know, so it's what it is. And more than likely, I mean, because I've heard that, right? For like, what happened to Egypt? Well, Egypt fell to Rome, right? And then Rome incorporated everything that Egypt had, right? Right. So that's what happened. Fell to Greece. Greece incorporated it. Fell to Rome. Rome incorporated it. Greece and Rome, they became one, basically, right? And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, when Rome took off, and then Rome fell, and then like all the remnants of Greeks and Rome all came back to life again, and all in Europe, you know, and then it's here. It's all still alive, and then all the Egyptian stuff's still around. It's all, and we're all here, and everything spawned from a lot of different things, you know. So, Area 51. All right, hold on. Area 51. Are there aliens in Area 51? That's a good question. So, I'm thinking that it's a 99.9% chance that there's aliens down there, or was. And here's why. because at least in here's a couple avenues. One is that, like, in 1947, right before, what we got that place big, is that the Roswell incident happened, right, where the military and a newspaper reported that, with 11 civilian witnesses all saying the same story. So you have 11 people saying the same thing. They're all saying that a UFO disc crashed, and that there were aliens on the ground, and one was alive, and then that the military got there, they collected everything, they got rid of it, they shipped it off to Area 51, and then the second story came out where the witnesses were like, I don't know anything after all, and then the newspaper changed the story, said it was a weather balloon, right, and it was swamp gas from Venus and whatever, and then the military's like, oh no, it was just weather balloon, things like that. So just, I mean, legal things like that have happened before. That's nothing new. Hiding things like that. Excuse me. So there's that avenue, right? The other avenue is second. Is that aliens are already controlling humans? Like, they already got everything like in a simulation, and there's glitches in it, and there's they're trying to make, I don't know what the whole deal is, just that's why like even though through nature and natural selection, like the presidents we've had, and like Stalin and Lenin, Putin, and the president of China and all them, to where like all that, even though they were selected naturally, it's also at the same time through a simulation, more probably with aliens. There's a lot of theory in that, and it just has a weird vibe to it. That they were also talking about Area 51, 5 + 1 is 6. 666. Area 51. I'm telling you, man, that's just hot. And here's what's funny. I think it's funny that like 1 million people were gonna go raid that place, which I'm glad they didn't, because that's pretty stupid. But at the end of the day, 1 million people were gonna raid it, and then only I think 5 people showed up, and they got arrested, and like 3 of them had mental issues. So I don't know. That's hilarious. You know what I mean? And what do you think about, I know this one's a long shot, but what do you think about the face on Mars, right? Because the face on Mars, I don't know, I like it. I love the face on Mars, and that's all I'm going to say. I love Mars. That's my planet. That's my planet. You know why? Because I'm the devil, and I'm also an astrologer. I'm an artist. Watch this. Michael John Sylvia, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Universal, baby. My planets are Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. And then my mother's planets are Valerie for Venus, Sylvia, Saturn, Jean, Jupiter. And then my father is the same as mine, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, because his name is Michael John Sylvia. And my sister's name is Nicole Leanne Sylvia. And so her first name, Nicole, goes with Neptune. And last name is Saturn. Yeah, we got Leanne. Well, Nicole's also the moon, so Leanne with the N on the end goes with the N on the end of the moon. Nicole's also the moon because she's Ben's moon. Just pretty badass. But yeah, that's her. That's gonna be her husband. Congratulations, Nicole. I love you. I love my sister. You know, and let me just say something that like this. God is real. I love God. But God loves. He helps. He does a lot, but he also punishes. You don't fuck around. He's a tough bastard. Respectfully. I'll take the bastard part out. He's tough. You know what I mean? But he has a great sense of humor, God. I know it. God is real. That's why I laugh at communist parties when they say God isn't. It's like, come on. You mean of all the possibilities and the things that happen in the universe and all that, y'all don't believe in a God? You kidding me? If you're that deep into Satan, that's pretty bad. Because that's the only other answer. Damn. So, that's pretty much it, you know? And, yeah, we live in a good country. Weed's legal. God bless America. God bless, I say that for sure. God bless America. God bless my family. God bless your family. God bless America, all of our people. From the top to the bottom, bottom to the top, all between, everybody. And that we unite, we love, we treat each other good, do our part. If we're strong, if we're strong, our country's strong, if everything's strong, we got no problems with the enemies. You know what I mean? So, you know, if they want problems, you know what I'm saying? We gotta give them, we gotta do what we gotta do. You know what I mean? So, thank you, God, for life. I love you. Amen. I do appreciate you for joining in. You know, if you're this far into it with me, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I love you too. And if you like it, please like it. If you want to share, please share it. If you would like to subscribe, please subscribe. You know, because you know, I appreciate people. Because you know, it takes time to find good people. You know, good people rock. You know what I mean? I fucking love good people. And, you know, keep it real. We all gotta work. We're a working species. That's the other thing I learned about Egypt. What was everybody doing? Everyone was working. Ancient Egypt, everybody was working. There was partying at night, but they was working. So, it's the same thing here. But it's better. Instead of pushing bricks in the desert, or whatever the climate was at that time, how long ago it was, over here we just... Instead of being a slave and being owned like that, you can just rent your time at a job. Yeah. If you don't like that job, you can get another job. You know, nothing wrong with that. So I'm happy with where I'm at right now. You know, America provides. God provides. You know, and I oh yeah, that's okay. So I do believe in the afterlife. Of course I do. Of course I do. Why? It's like, why wouldn't I? You know, like I was saying is like I want to say is that, like, think about all the stories, right? You got Jesus and Buddha alone, just them two alone, Jesus and Buddha, right? There's a lot out there that those two individuals inspired the world in a way that no overlord could, right? So it's just you know, like I just love that kind of philosophy, you know, of everyone treating each other right, take care of yourself, have good thoughts for others, but at the same time, don't be a pussy, don't be a wimp. Don't be like, hey, you know, I'm just gonna let someone bully me around or talk to me any way they want. No, you still gotta hold your ground. You got no choice. This world's rough. There's landmines out there, and you gotta take this shit seriously. And if people just walking around like okie dokie doke, you know, then you know you're not thinking. You know, I used to be like that. I already know. Not anymore. Nope. I love where I'm at. You know, I live in Plymouth, Mass. Right now. You know, technically, I guess kind of. I'm in Plymouth, Mass. I love this place. You no idea. This place is fucking beautiful. All of New England's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but my God. And I knew I was destined to come here because, check this out, right? If you're down for numbers, because I'm also into numerology. So in numerology, right? In the year 2002, 2 plus 2 is 4. In the year 2002, I was 40 years old, right? And while that is happening, I'm in Plymouth for the 400th year anniversary. Plymouth's 400th on my 40th and 2020. Follow? And then COVID hit. And I felt before COVID hit like this world is like crazy because it's like, I can't believe. I mean, think about what happened, right? Like, they blamed it on a bat. But anyways, you know, I'm here for that. I'm here for, I see the numbers. COVID hit. And I thought to myself, like, wow, like there's some real deal shakedown from the top to the bottom going on right now. And it ain't right because like just there's good, innocent people that done nothing wrong died from that. And then like, you know, probably some people that deserved it died, but that's not, it's just like, it seems like, you know, I don't know, like they're saying like, oh, it just leaked out of a lab and some serious shit. Nobody was held accountable for it. Nobody was held accountable for that shit. Ever. Never will. It's crazy, huh? Yeah, I know. I came here and then that happened and started seeing like I mean like because I'm into witchcraft, you know, I'm deep into it, but you know I don't, you know, I believe in like the good, you know, and evil is only done on evil only, you know, that's how I feel about that. And wow, yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, and then another thing in numerology is that like right now it's year 2022. Yeah, and I'm 42, so 2 plus 2 is 4, drop a 2, 42. Yeah, I like that. Then in the Super Bowl, if you look at the number 56, because it was Super Bowl 56 we just had, right? The letters in Roman numerals are LVI, which is in my last name. SILVIA. LVISILVIA. So there is prophecy going on. And I really think that what's going on is like, say like Putin over there, in my opinion, hopefully that shit just goes away, man, because that's just crazy. It's bad enough a disease fell out of China. It's bad enough North Korea, Kim Jong poop. You know, and that moron was blasting nukes that we already had probably in 1985. You know what I mean? Because you already know that if that guy ever went to war with us, at the end of the day, we'd fucking destroy that dude. Like, I believe that shit. Like, our country, in my opinion, from anything I've ever read back in the day or whatever, even now, they got the best technology. And then, like, when you think about it, like, with all the UFO sightings and everything that they've had around here with the military and all that, like, what about the UFO sightings with the Tic Tac and 2 other Gimbos or whatever the fuck it was? Like, these are actually real UFOs the military aircraft guys saw, reported, and then the fucking rest of the country's like, well, it's like, listen, stop putting yourself into more shit. Because what if they want to look at us the same way we look at everybody else one day? Be like, you know what? Fuck it. That'd be interesting, huh? Aliens were like, fuck it, just waste the humans. I doubt that really happened. In my opinion, in my heart of hearts, the way I know people is that, like, I'm thinking that they actually help. And that their existence is more helpful than harmful, because it's like this. Like, imagine, like, taking a dog in and it's your pet, right? Like, the dog is better off with you. Like, you feed it, you make sure it doesn't bite anything, I mean, you trained it, I mean, the dog is good. But if that dog was, like, out in the wild with other dogs and had no kind of training, it'd be a whole different type of dog, and it wouldn't, you know, be the kind of dog you'd want. Same thing with humans, you know what I mean? You train the kids. Kids are trained, you know, raised correctly. They pretty much usually come out pretty fine. And if they're dumped on and fucked around on or whatever, usually they turn into shit if they be treated like shit, right? So it's like it's not a real rocket scientist, I'm sure. I'm not a parent, but I mean, I know parenting's hard. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, like, you know, the difference between good. There's a lot of good parents out there, and, you know, and I don't know. It's just, you know, it's just good when good people stick together, I think. You know, I like that. I like that. And I like it when everybody's like getting along, and, you know, so that's what it is. But yeah, military reporting UFOs is real, and they have footage of it on YouTube, so check it out. You'll see it. So that means that, like, my point is with the dog being domesticated that way is that if aliens already made us a long time ago, and then we just, like, evolved from all that through stupidity and spiritualism and all, you know, and then we had to, like, kind of do it ourselves, because they're not going to land here and do it for us. So we got to fucking do that, you know. And then so they probably already have some type of, like, hue thing around everyone's head. You just don't know it. You can't feel it. It just kind of, like, puts everybody into the simulation, programs them for the better, because they don't want to see anyone get hurt or die or act dumb or whatever, you know. No fighting. So all kinds of reasons, you know what I mean? I mean, they must look at us like we're their pets. So I'd say that pretty much be it. Like I'm the dog. Feel me? So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool, anyways, because at the end of the day, I love my life. You know. God must love me, because I eat every day. I always get my workouts in. I work, I treat everybody with respect, and I do the best I can. Make sure everyone feels comfortable, and whatever I got to do to be a good citizen. I haven't put any like volunteer time out yet, though I want to. But I've just been so busy with work, trying to put money together and stuff like that. So, and things like that. So I can't believe I've been talking this long. This is ridiculous. Oh my God, aliens. Country's going to poo a little bit, but I have faith it'll come back together again. We'll see how it goes. And what else can I gotta say? You gotta love yourself, right? I love myself. Hell yeah. Been depressed a lot of times. Felt the opposite before. Not today. Right? Not today. So, if aliens came from another planet, right? Check this out. If aliens came from another planet, this is probably why they live deep underground or in the mountains or in the moon, right? These are the places they'd have to be physically, right? They're not going to be with us unless they have us as hybrids of them, right? So going with that, they live deep underground, right? Because like where they're from, we're underwater, under the ocean, right? Deep under the ocean. And the reason being is because like if we went to Mars, say, the days are longer because it's 26 hours, you weigh less, so your bone density will probably deteriorate a little bit. So it's a lot of physical harm that can happen just by transferring atmosphere. Astronauts are aware of this. Like when astronauts go into space, like a lot of times they lose a lot of bone mass. They used to lose it worse back in the day because they didn't exercise as much, but now they exercise a lot more, so it's not so bad. But they go through a lot of atrophy. They lose bone, hip bones and shit like that, hip parts of the hips, and then they come home and then they're puking and shit because they can't their equilibrium's all fucked up. Yeah, astronauts go through all this shit. They don't cover. They talk about it, but they don't cover it like all the time because it's not the kind of way they want to, show you the astronaut, because they did do a lot. Don't get me wrong. I love astronauts. Fucking love astronauts. I think they're badass. Goddamn heroes, dude. Like not very many people can do that, right? So, especially the ones that even started and everything. It's so awesome. Went to the moon and all that. So anyways, man. Yeah, they must have to, the aliens must have to have some type of base down deep underground. And in it, they have their own type of science to where they can modify their own existence that's habitable to where they're from, right? And then from there, rule the motherfucking world, or take from it, or what the fuck they're doing. Yeah, my uncle told me before, who I started this off with, he said that probably like what they're here for, we don't understand. Like probably what whatever it is that they're actually looking for, it's probably something that we don't even know about. And then probably minerals and things like that. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And then one more thing. Let me think about something. I'm feeling tired now. You know, I really appreciate you joining in. Thanks again. Well, let me see. Love America. I love my family. I love my friends. Thank you for joining the podcast. This is the Archangel Morning Star podcast. I am Michael John Sylvia, your Archangel, your Morning Star. I love you very much. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful day. I love you.